Behiozwan?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's start. Okay, today is 8th of February. Okay, I want you to have your Maths 1 exercise book. Textbook, you may refer to page 11 to 14. Textbook, page 11 to 14. Okay, so let's see what is the joint variation. Okay, this is my slide for joint variation. Okay, what is the joint variation? Okay, let's recall. Okay, in our previous lesson, we already learned about direct variation. In direct variation, we just have two variables. Okay, two variables involved. Let's say we have y varies directly to x, so we write down y varies directly as x. So this is in the form of variation. Okay, in joint variation, we have more than two variables. Okay, in direct variation, we just have two variables. In joint variation, we have more than two variables. Example, we have x, y, and z. Okay, let's say we have the first one, y varies directly as x. And then we join with y varies directly as z. Okay, so look at here, we have y varies directly as x and we have y varies directly as z. So we have 1, 2, and 3 variables, which is y, x, and z. So in joint variation, we say that y varies jointly as x and z. Y varies jointly as x and z. So we can write down in the form of variation y varies directly as x and z. Y varies directly as x and z. Okay? Okay, next slide. Okay. For joint variation, we have y varies jointly as x to the power of m and z to the power of n can be written as, okay, x to the power of m, z to the power of n. M and n could be any numbers. It can be any numbers. So how we write in the form of variation relation? We just write y varies directly x to the power of m, z to the power of n. Okay, this is in the form of variation. And then remember, we have to transfer to the form of equation. So y equal to k x to the power of m, z to the power of n. So n could be any numbers, m also can be any numbers, and k is the constant. Okay, now let's look at some example how we want to write in the form of variation symbol. This is a form of variation symbol, and in the form of equation. Okay, let's say we have p varies directly as q and square root of r. So we write p varies directly as q and square root of r. This is in the form of variation. And then we transfer in the form of equation. P equal to k q square root of r. We just add on the constant k in front of the variable and we have the equal sign here. So when we transfer, we write down p equal to k q square root of r. Okay, B. Let's say we have y varies directly. Y varies directly as square of w and cube of x. Okay, what is the meaning by square of w? Okay, it is a w square. Cube of x means x to the power of 3. So, y varies directly as w squared x cube x power of 3. And then we write down in the form of equation y equal to kw squared x power of 3. Okay, next. Okay, example C we have in the form of solving problems. We have the volume of prism. Okay, the variable is V, varies directly as the area of cross section A. We have variable A for area and its height. Okay, the variable for height is H. So how we write in the form of variation? Okay, V varies directly as AH. Okay, and then we have to transfer V equal to KAH. And D also in the form of a solving problem. The mass W of a cylindrical metal rod varies directly as its length P and the square of diameter of its base D. So we have mass W, the first variable here, and then we have length P, and the square of diameter, the variable is D. Okay, so W varies directly as P D squared because we have square of D here, okay, D squared. So W equal to K P D squared. Okay, so this is how we transfer the words to the variation relation and the equation form. Okay, proceed to the next example. Let's say we have given that x varies directly as y squared and z. X varies directly as y squared and z. Express x in the terms of y and z if x is 6 when y is 3 and z is 5. Okay, so how we solve? First, we have to write down in the form of variation. We already have here x varies directly as y squared z. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so x equal to ky squared z. Okay, just plus the constant k and the equal sign. Now, we already given x6, y3 and z5. So just substitute. Substitute x with 6, substitute y with 3, and then substitute z with 5. So we have 6 equal to k, 3 squared 5. Now we want to find the value of k. Okay, so use your calculator. So we have k equal to 6 divided by 3 squared times 5. Okay, take out your calculator class. Please try to punch in this value. You can get the same answer here or not. You try? I want you to try. Eng Sin Yu. 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 Okay, let's try Wong Zikwan. Wong Zikwan. You here or not Wong Zikwan? Class, please open your mic. When I call your name, please open your mic and answer my question. Wong Zikwan. Chia Jin Fei. Chia Jin Fei. Class, you can hear me or not, class? think there is something wrong with my connection. You can hear me or not? Wilson, you can hear me or not, Wilson?
Yes.
Okay, Wilson, you can please answer me, Wilson. Okay,
Yes.
try to punch in your calculator. Okay, wait. Okay, you get this K or not? Punch in your calculator. You get this K or not?
Same.
Okay, same. Okay, so after we get the value of K, okay, we are not answering the question yet because the question asks to express X in the terms of Y and Z. So we have to write down again. So write down X equal to K 2 over 15 Y squared Z. Okay, K here, substitute here. Okay, so X equal to 2 over 15 Y squared Z. So we already answered the question. Okay, next example. Okay, let's say we have the example in the form of solving problems. The gravitational potential energy E, we have variable, the first variable E. The units is joules of an object varies directly as its mass. Okay, another variable we have M, unit is kg. The gravitational acceleration G, okay, another variable G, unit is m s power of -2, and its position of a height of h, another variable height h, unit of m from the ground. Given that E 197 joules when M 4 kg, G 9.81 and H is 5, write the equation that relates E, M, G and H. Actually, this question same as the first example, but it's just in the form of a solving problem. So, first we have to write down in the form of variation. E varies directly as M and G and H. So E varies directly as M and G and H. And then write down in the form of equation E equal to KMGH. Now just substitute the value given. We have 197 for E, we have M 4, we have G 9.81 and we have H 5. And then punch in your calculator. Okay, try to punch in your calculator, class. Okay, you get the same answer or not? Chia Jin Fei, you get the same answer or not? K? Chia Jin Fei?
Yes.
Okay, good. So after you get the value of K, you just substitute K here. So E equal to 1 mgh. But the final answer E equal to mgh. Why? Because actually when we have a constant 1, we don't have to write the value of 1. Okay, we have constant 1 in front, right? We don't have to write the 1. Okay, but if you just want to write down E equal to 1 mgh also can. Okay, so but the proper way is no need to write down the constant 1 here. Okay, because it's just 1. Okay, so E equal to mgh. Okay. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. Okay, let's say we have a table here. 3 quantities S, T, and U vary as shown in the table on the right. It is given that S varies directly as T and the cube root of U. Okay, so we have S varies directly as T and cube root of U. Calculate the value of X and Y. X and Y also is the value from the table. Okay, so first we have to write down in the form of variation. S varies directly as T, cube root of U. This is the cube root of U. And then in the form of equation, S equal to KT cube root of U. Okay, look at the first column here. We have the value of S, we have the value of T, and then we have the value of U, right? So we have to use this one. S equals 6, T equals 0.8 and U equals 27. Why? Because we have to find what is the value of K. Okay, so just substitute as 6 equal to K 0.8 cube root of 27. And then use your calculator, punch in, you will get K 2.5. Okay, but we are not answering the question yet. Okay, so rewrite again. S equal to 2.5 T cube root of U. This one. Now we want to answer the question. Okay, look at the second column. We want to find the value of X, right? X is what? X is S. So just substitute in the equation. X is S. So X equal to 2.5. We have T 1.2 and then we have U 125. Okay, just substitute here. And then we have T 15. Okay, T is S. Oh, sorry, X is S. T is 1.2. U is 125. So we just substitute X equal to 2.5, 1.2. Okay, cube root is 125 and then we have X 15. Okay, and then we want to find Y, right? Okay, Y, the third column here, we have the value of S 50, we have the value of T 40, we don't have the value of U. The value of U is Y. Okay, so just substitute S 50 equal to 2.5, T is 40, cube root of Y, because you want to find Y, and then just solve the equation. We have cube root of Y is 0.5. Okay, cube root, if we transfer, we get power of 3. So Y is 0.5 power of 3. So we get the final answer 0.125. Okay, question for the joint variation. It can be like the example number 1, a direct question. And it can be in the form of solving problems like the second example. Or it can be in the form of table like the third example. Okay. Alright, so we already finished the example. Now this is your exercise. Okay, we already number 3. Date is 8 February 2021. The subtopic is joint variation. I want you to try exercise on page 14, self-practice 1.1c, number 1 AB, number 2 AB, number 6 and number 7. Do in your Maths 1 exercise book. Okay, before I end the slideshow, okay, I want you to copy this one. Okay, in your textbook, in your exercise book, just copy this one. This slide also, this slide only, okay, the subtopic joint variation. Okay, the next slide, the example one, don't need to copy. Why? Because it's all in your textbook. This one, no, this is not in your from the textbook. This is I just simplify the contents in the textbook actually. So I want to write down this slide in your exercise book. And then directly do your exercise. Okay, this exercise, please copy the question. As I mentioned earlier, why I want you to copy the question, because we don't have any example in your exercise book, because all example I take in the textbook kan. Okay, so the exercise can be your notes also. Okay, so please copy the question and answer the question. Okay, so I end the slideshow. Okay, like before, I will share my slide in Google Classroom.